Elon Musk, who has a net worth of $788 billion. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, who has a net worth of $272 billion. The founder and CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, who has a net worth of $235 billion. Even in India, when we talk about someone like Gautam Adani, who has a net worth of $92 billion. And now there's you. You are probably working a job right now. One that you got from the degree that you studied for in university. You probably don't have much savings. Your living expenses seem ridiculously high, and you feel as though you are not paid enough. You have a credit card debt that needs taking care of. Maybe you are a student studying for a degree that you hope can, and your job that you hope can bring some good money. Or you probably don't have any savings, only a pesky student debt hanging above your head. Wealth, getting rich, that all seems like a distant dream. How did they do it? You ask yourself, seeing all those millionaires and billionaires, and especially the ones who got there at such a young age. It frustrates you. It makes you angry. They got lucky. They were born into wealth. They cheated their way to that money. And you think you are not smart. You are just unlucky. Those dreams you had of buying that mansion, your favorite sports car, traveling around the world, paying off your mortgage, they will forever remain that way. Just dreams. Nothing more, nothing less. You come to the harsh realization. It's a rigid game. It's been a rigid game from the start. And you are the losing side of it. But what if I told you there was a way, an actual equation to wealth, a science behind the way money works? What if you didn't have to abandon those dreams of paying off your parents' mortgage or traveling around the world? Would you call me liar for saying so? I promise that I'm not. And by the end of this video, you will understand there is a side to the coin that you are not being shown. But I warn you, the road is tough. It's filled with ups and downs. It's filled with struggles. It will need swelling some difficult roots of school system and society hasn't told you yet. And let me be clear, many of you will not make it to the end of this road. But for those of you that do, the end of this road lies wealth beyond what you thought you could attain. At the end of this road lies the freedom of never having to worry about money ever again. So, are you with me? What do you really think about money? Is this something you work for? Is it earned or is it inherited? Is it the root cause of all evil? Are you desperate to have more of it? Or are you chasing it most of your life? The truth is, most of your thinking about money has been influenced by your upbringing and your environment. If you were born into a family that didn't have much money growing up, then you are more inclined to believe that it's hard to get rich and earn money. Or perhaps you went on the complete opposite end and decided to make as much money as you can so that your family will never be in that position again. The fact that your school didn't teach you about this subject doesn't help things. And because of this, most of you are going to have false beliefs about money that aren't going to help you on this journey. Now, stick with me here because we are gonna have to change the way you have been seeing money your whole life. Recent report released by WealthX shows that of the world's ultra wealthy, those who had a net worth of $40 million or more, shows that 68% of them are self made. And it seems like every other study backs up this conclusion. Elon Musk, a self made billionaire. Jeff Bezos, a self made billionaire. Warren Buffett, a self made billionaire. Mark Zuckerberg, a self made billionaire. Gautam Adani, a self made billionaire. What is it that these people know that you don't? What are the things that they what are the things that they do exceptional that you don't? The truth is your equation is all wrong. Here is the two-dimensional equation that you have been taught. Money equals salary earned from a job. Our parents, our relatives, our societies always taught us that if you want to earn good money, you need to go big colleges and universities, get a degree from there, and take a job in multinational companies and work hard. And that's why getting a job becomes the sole purpose of your education. So you might ask, what's wrong with that? What is the problem with it? I'm gonna assume that if you are watching this, that means you want to make a lot of money and in a short amount of time as possible. And if that is your goal, then this equation for generating wealth will never get you there. Now, listen. We all have a precious resource, the most important resource for all. And once it's gone, there is no way of getting it back. That resource is time. In a standard job, the amount of money you earn is dependent on the amount of time you put into that job. If you earn $20 an hour and worked 40 hours a week, it would take you 24 years to make $1 million. But that is without subtracting any taxes or any expenses that you will incur over 24 years. And let's not forget that inflation would make your $1 million less valuable. The reality is that on the salary of $20 an hour, you can only become millionaire in old age by living frugally, and most of your time has slipped through your fingers. You traded all that time for money, and it wasn't a substantial amount either. So you ask yourself, how is it that there are self-made millionaires and billionaires at such a young ages? What makes them so different? And the truth is, they have a better equation than you have. A way of understanding money that you haven't known yet. So pay very close attention. From now, stop chasing money. In this society, the rules of the game are as follows. You are paid in the proportion to the perceived value that you have. And the people who perceive your value, they are the market, the consumers of the economy. The market is your friend, is your family, your neighbors, and your country. People think that Bollywood and Hollywood actors are overpaid. But for actors to be paid millions, there has to be market for movies in first place. And people have to see the value in movies in the first place for them to want to spend money on movies ticket and merchandise. And if the market for movies is in high demand, then guess what happens with the actors who are at the top of their game? They are paid generously for it. And always remember, when it comes to money, it's not about how hard you work. The cleaner that is fitting and tiring himself out every day, they paid far less than the lawyers because the market perceived the value of what the cleaner does far less than that lawyers. As harsh as it may sound, a cleaner can be replaced by anybody. It isn't difficult to learn how to do their job. And that's why market will not pay him more than lawyers who spent years studying laws and the guy who has saved his clients. But even so, we just discussed that getting a job is not in a right equation to accumulate a greater amount of wealth in a shorter period of time. So then, how can we increase our perceived value? What is it about people like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg that makes their perceived value so high? And the first step of this equation of wealth is quite simple. If you want money, solve problems. And if you just take a second to digest this, you will realize that money runs from these basic premises. If it solves a problem, then money will flow into your life. If it's $1 million problem, which means the problem should be common in millions of people, then the solution will make you millions of dollars. And if it's $1 billion problem, then the solution will make you billions. So let's suppose we take an example like Amazon. So if you just think about all the problems that Amazon solves, the hustle of going to a store, the hustle of having to wait weeks for delivery, cheap prices, and so on. And I didn't mention all the other companies Amazon owns and the problems those companies will solve. So if you have been chasing money, then you have been doing it all wrong. It sounds paradoxical, but if you want money, it isn't money that you should be looking for. You should be looking for problems and more importantly, the solution of that problems. And once you found that solution, then make a business around it. So just start with problem. Always start with problem. Now, listen to the market. What are people saying they don't like? What are people saying they wish existed? What are people saying that frustrates them? What do people think is incredibly inconvenient? Is that a problem that you can solve? And is that a problem that is worth solving? Is that a problem that people wants to pay money to solve that problem? And the final step of this equation to wealth is finding a scalable solution to the problem. Your solution needs to affect on magnitude or scale. Starting a restaurant, that's not scalable because now you are constrained to the local area and footfall of that area. But a franchise, now that's more scalable. Is your solution a piece of software? Then that means once that software has been built, you can scale it online without having to worry about things like production cost and shipping cost, as it's all done virtually. But be very careful. Does your solution require your time to generate money? Let's say you were a yoga teacher who charged $100 an hour. Congratulations, you only made yourself another job discussed as a business because there is a certain number of lessons you feasibly do in one day, and that's why your income is time bound. You need to put time to generate money, but you created an online yoga class that runs 24 into 7 with lessons you only had to create once. Now that is scalable. And scaling your solution is very critical here. So don't get lost in this point. Automation also plays an important role in your business. So building your system and process will keep your business running like a smooth machine. And once you find that solution, it's your job to make sure that solution can be accessed by everyone in your market. Remember, it's not about your ego, it's not about your passion. The market doesn't care about your passion. So now that you have your profitable business running with the right systems and process in place, now you have two options. Either you can sell your business and enjoy the fruit of your effort, or you can continue running your business. Either way, you did it. Because always remember, money is a form of value. Whenever you buy something from someone, you transfer the value or to that person, which is money. And money works on affection, which is how many lives have you impacted, how many lives have you affected, and you impact on the lives of people in two way, either on scale or magnitude. So now you are thinking that what is scale? Scale simply means that how many lives have you touched, because scale is related to quantity, and the meaning of scale is that how many lives have you impacted. So if we take example, then let's suppose we have $1 of candy and we sold 1 million people, then we made $1 million. Here you played on scale because you have impacted the lives of millions of people in some way. And magnitude is related to quality. That is how much value you created in someone else's life. So if we take example, then now let's suppose you sold $100,000 of property to 10 people. Now you made $1 million. Here you played on magnitude because you have created a lot of value in someone else's life. And if you can able to impact on scale and magnitude both, then you are able to make billions of dollars. And that's why I told you, if you want to make a lot of money, then stop chasing money. Chase problems, find the solution of that problem, and build the business around it. Now you need to know two other things about money, and that is leverage and asset. So, what is leverage? Leverage simply means the competitive advantage over everyone else. What are the things that you have competitive advantage over other people? And there are different kinds of leverage. First, capital leverage. Your capital can be your leverage. Let's say you have a lot of money and you invest your money into the market. Then you start to earn dividend from the market. And you can give your capital to other people. People will pay you to use your capital as a interest or ownership. The second kind of leverage in the market is people leverage. You can hire people to work for you. If there is something in your business that you can outsource to somebody else, or hire an employee to work for you, assuming it financially makes sense to do so, then do it. Because the habit of doing everything by yourself is bad thing. Because as much as you may think you are the best, there are other peoples in the market who can do better job than you, who can do your work better than you. Then hire other people and they will become your leverage. Your third leverage can be your unique character and your specific knowledge. If you have unique personal brand, a unique character, a unique mindset, let's say you are the best person in the world at deep sea underwater diving. You are known to take on deep sea underwater dives that nobody even attempt to dare. Then by the luck, somebody finds a sunken treasure ship off the coast. They can't get it. Well, they are going to come to you to get that treasure. And you are going to get paid for it. This is the third kind of leverage that you have, where you build specific knowledge and unique character that will help you to take leverage, to find opportunity, right? Now move on to fourth leverage, and that is your product that have zero marginal cost of replication. Let's suppose you can create software that can solve millions or even billions of people's of problem, and you can replicate it virtually online without having to worry about production cost or shipping cost. Now fifth and most important leverage of all, media and content. Because in this era, you can reach millions or even billions of people by the help of social media and build your unique personal brand. And that will become your leverage. So now let's move on to next topic, and that is asset. So what is asset? An asset simply means anything that puts money into your pocket. And your asset can be anything like properties, bonds, shares, treasuries, your books that you have written, crypto, art, and some rare things like watches, vintage cars, trading cards, anything. Right? Your asset can be anything that puts money into your pocket. If you buy something and the value of that product, value of that thing will increase, that is your asset. If you invest anywhere and it will give you dividends, interest, that is your asset. So anything that puts money into your pocket is your asset, and anything that takes money out of your pocket is your liability. And even if it looks attractive, expensive, or impressive. Now, that is the only thing you need to know about money. And I have covered all the topics about money. What is money? What is the how money works? What is the fundamental principles of money? All the principles, psychology, everything of money. And let me tell you one thing. I know that some of you are watching this video for entertainment purpose. But for those of you who really want to be rich, who really want to travel the world and pay off all your mortgage, and never want to worry about money ever again, for those, these are the only thing that you should need to know about money. And if you are still watching this, I really want to say thank you. Till then, go beyond your limit.